Hey there, Mooger Foogers. Kiss my mids. Welcome to Clean and Sober Stoner. About 2 weeks ago, I was going through comments, and let's face it, it's 600 and something subs. I'm thrilled to get any sort of feedback or any comments. So, if you're listening to this and I don't want to discourage you from commenting, please go ahead. But this one dude responded to a video of mine. It was an interview. And I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, dude's hitting hard as if his band and his label aren't mid. And at first, I was just, again, I was thrilled seeing any sort of comment, any sort of engagement. And you don't have to like my stuff. And in fact, I'm perfectly okay. If you don't like it, let me know. Just make sure you subscribe and like. But seriously, it was fine. But, after a while, I started to realize that he was calling this band, these guys that I know really well, he was calling them mid. And yeah, I'm a boomer. It didn't dawn on me that he meant that as an insult. Now, Brad Fry and Red Mesa, they don't need me to defend them like ever. Alex and Roman, they own that stage when they perform. I've seen them. They're incredible. There's a mastery to their performance, and it is a performance. The only band I can compare them to kind of was Elder as far as the execution, the sound, and everything they're doing. So I started thinking, what does it take to be mid, right? Let me start out. I wish I were mid. If I were mid, I'd be monetized. I'd have, at least a couple thousand subs. My videos would, be a little bit more than 75 or 80 for a band like King Bastard. I would love to be mid. I'm working my ass off to be mid, to be honest. I have to learn how to edit. I've had to learn sound design. I've had to learn lighting. I have to learn writing. I have to learn the camera. I suck, right? I'm doing everything I can day after day after day after day to be mid. Last weekend, I saw two bands. No Fauks given. I have rarely have I ever seen a performance like that. It was the most metal thing I've ever seen. The lead singer, he challenged, he said, hey, we have our own branded hot sauce. And he challenged somebody from the audience to go ahead and take a shot of hot sauce. And then he'd take a shot of the hot sauce. And the dude in the audience would be able to go home with the hot sauce. What ended up happening, homeboy drank the hot sauce, handed to the singer on stage, and he tips this jar back, and this habanero hot sauce. He tips this jar back, and like Stone Cold Steve Austin puts it all over his face. It's the most metal thing I'd ever seen. He goes, oh, F. Yeah, I shouldn't have done this. And I was so into it, right? Because I love hot sauces. And I was so into it, I've got my phone up, but I forgot to hit record. You see, I'm not even mid. Anyway, what makes it spectacular, it was about 5 seconds. He went right into the song. He's playing bass, he's singing, and he is hitting it hard at the whole time. He's squinting like this, and their snot running down. It's the most metal thing I'd ever seen. Is he mid? Is that mid? I don't know how many albums. How many of you have heard of No Fauks Given? Let me know down in the comments. But if you're in the Raleigh area, you know these guys because they are the best of the best of the best at this level. They are a wicked combination of Iggy and the Stooges, Motorhead with a heavy dose of Black Flag. They're incredible, and they bring a lot of energy, a lot of originality, and a real performance to their stuff. And then I saw Banshee. Banshee's been a band that I've been advocating for a long time. I still consider them the best unsigned band probably in the country. I finally got to meet them. I finally got to meet Romana and Steven. And Romana puts on this performance. I swear to God, she is Zuzu's illegitimate cousin, second removed. Because that's just this woman. She's you know, through the whole thing, and then you see the footage here. Banshee hits hard. They are so heavy. They're so diverse. They're proud. Every song tells a story. They're acting out the story. Is Banshee mid? I think I saw two of the best bands I've ever seen. They're struggling day to day just to be mid. And so my objection to this whole mid thing isn't the fact that they call them mid, because where I'm coming from, that's a compliment. Mid means there's a bell curve, right? And mid is right in the middle. And by the way, that's the peak. Everybody watching this, we struggle every day to be mid. We get out of bed, we force whatever it is down our stomachs. Hopefully, we don't have indigestion. We go to work, we grind through the work, right? Come home to the family, take care of the kids, take care of the dog. These bands live the same life, and these bands are putting everything into it. There's a band that reached out to me called State of Non-Return. By the way, love the shout out to Owen with the title. is an album. The link will be below. Nobody's ever heard of it. It's their debut album. He works a full-time job. He has a full family in Italy. He has spent 2 years of his life lovingly crafting, tracking it, mixing it. He puts it out in the world. And it blows my mind the love and care that the stoner doom community and the death metal community and all the others that I don't know, it is mind-blowing to me the amount of effort that bands like Ember, the bands like From, the bands like Holy Roller, I really got 8 hours, I'll listen to them all. Are they mid? What is the definition of mid? Is it you have a label? Is it you're making millions of dollars? I don't know, man. I think the whole scene is struggling to be mid, which, of course, Tyler from Merlock, we'll be able to have some sort of joke about this because he's really into the mids. Merlock is on a tour right now of the Midwest. Their van breaks down. They're eating horrible food. And what are they doing? They're posting pictures on Facebook and Instagram. They're giving the audience everything they have night after night. Are they mid? The problem, to me, isn't that you're calling someone mid. The problem is you think that's an insult. All of us are working hard just to be mid. We're working hard just to have our video scene, just to have our record, just one song. And by the way, the one song on Spotify, press follow, press like. When you're watching a band's video, press like. When you see them on Facebook and you see the band saying, press like. Because that's all we're struggling for. Not one mooger fooger that I've met in my years of covering the scene is in this to get rich. They're in this to make something that represents who they are, what they're thinking right there and then. And they're doing it in this beautiful language of stoner and metal and proto-metal and rock and progressive and jazz and blues. And they take this whole thing together. They spend months, they spend years, like my friend in Italy, years, putting this thing together. Are they mid? Is mid the end result of what it is we've done? Acid King. Is Acid King mid? They've had one album chart on the Billboard. I would have to argue they're top of the peak. So I don't know. I don't know what people mean when they're calling somebody mid. All I know is this for certain. Please call me mid. Let me be mid. Let me have a channel that is mid. Let me have a readership and a viewership that is mid. I'll take that. I'm working my ass off to be mid. And I'll be damned if I'm going to take that as an insult. And that's all I have for you today. Just support your band, support yourselves. When you're commenting, when you're on, the forums, remember, this person, for good or bad, spent probably years, right? They're sacrificing their free time, they're sacrificing family time, and a lot of times they're going all in financially, the whole 9 yards. Maybe think twice before you use mid as an insult, and instead do what you can to get them mid. Like, follow, subscribe, interact with them on Facebook, do whatever you can. Mid? Shit, I wish I were mid.